I have some really big shoes to fill. Many of us in business, we're here a year, 5 years, 10 years. John D'Ambrosio was here for decades, decades. A lot of the things that we see are because of his work. So I'm fully cognizant of that, and I'm so grateful that he and Marilyn can now enjoy some relaxing time in a warm climate as we're heading into the winter. So I want to thank him for that. I wrote this 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, and I rewrote it. And there's a really good chance that I'm probably just going to take this and ditch it. As, because you look at this, and then in the conversations that we've had, there's so many things that I want to tell you. When I was first offered the job and I went into the office, I was a kid in a candy store, an absolute kid in a candy store. There are so many resources at the Orange County Chamber of Commerce. That's my phone. There's so many resources at the Orange County Chamber. There's programs, there's education, there's education, there's programs, there's networking, there's events, there's networking, how to network. I'm Lynn Cione.
Nancy Levine.
Where are you from?
Affinity Health Plan.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for coming. Get used to it. I'm not sitting up there anymore. This is it. This is the last time you're going to see me sitting up there, because this chamber is about you. My background is in a local chamber. It's in Goshen Chamber. We had a farmer's market. We pushed forward our businesses because when people support local, the money goes back into the community, and you build the community. And if you look out among yourselves, it's not just businesses. I want to actually read something to you. It's the best quote I've ever seen about a chamber. I have to put my glasses on for this one. A chamber is the dynamic center of community influence, focusing not just on traditional business issues, but on the overall financial health and well-being of the community. Of the community. It's not just a siloed business. It's the community. If you look who's here, we have the military. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for all you do. Your bravery, thank you. God bless you. God bless you. They're part of our community. They're part of our businesses. My dear friend Renee Marchant is here from Goodwill Church. We have faith-based communities, faith-based organizations here. Marcel Martino is here from Inspire. Michael Sweeten is here from the town of Warwick. We have businesses. There's a wide diversity of this chamber because you represent your communities. You represent, and the Orange County is a community. Jim DeStefano from Occupations. Look around. This is what a chamber is. It's the entire community of Orange County. It's not just one isolated little demographic. And that's one of the things that I want so desperately. I want this chamber to represent the diversity, ethnically, gender, everything that Orange County is, because we live in a really good place. We live in an amazing, amazing place. And I know that sometimes the news says, oh, doom and gloom, and oh my gosh. Do you know where we live? This is an astounding place. I'm going to tell you a quick story. My daughter was an intern for the congressman. So thank you for that. It kept her off the streets. I appreciate that. She went to George Washington University. She's a Middle Eastern Studies major. And after she graduated, she works with it's called Meridian Center. It's an international diplomacy center. And she had 100 Iraqi students come over. Now they're in New York City before they get farmed out to their respective universities for the month. Where do you want to go? I want to go to the Statue of Liberty. Where do you want to go? I want to go here. Where do you want to go? The outlets. This girl was from outside of Arabille. This is Iraq. This is thousands of miles away. Where do you want to go? I want to go to the outlets. Why? I don't know. I was told I have to go to the outlets. 19-year-old girl from Iraq has never left Iraq in her life, but she wants to come to Orange County because she's heard about Orange County in Arabille, Iraq. That it's someplace important, it's someplace to go. And sometimes we get the same way people in New York City, they never get to the Statue of Liberty, they never get to the Empire State Building. Sometimes we don't even know what we have. Sometimes we have no idea what we have. We're down in the city a lot, and we come down Route 6, and as soon as I come down Route 6 and I see that panorama and that vista, I know I'm home. I know I'm home. Now, some of you don't know me, some of you do know me. So I'll just give you the quick version of who I am. I grew up on Long Island. I'm the daughter of a police officer. I am the only non-cop in my family because I have a terrible fear of guns, so that would not have worked well at any level. So my dad retired. We lived on the south shore of Long Island, near the ocean, beautiful breezes, moved upstate to a very small town of 500 people, 2,000 cows, so you can imagine that the smell was a bit of a culture shock for us. Graduate, went to Cornell University, stayed there for a year. Afterwards, worked in a prisoners' rights group, so little old me was heading into Auburn, Attica, and Elmira with Black Liberation Army cop killers. I mean, no joke. So this is where I came from. I learned to be fearless really, really quickly. Moved down to the city, worked in the DA's office, then worked with Defense for Children International, which is a children's rights group, and then worked with the UN, moved up here because my husband got a job, and I cried because I had a great apartment in Park Slope. I did not want to come up here. Did not. Had a wonderful apartment right next to a cheese shop on 7th Avenue. It was great. Moved up here in 1987. One of the best decisions I ever made. Worked up here, was made executive director of an independent living center, which is a disability rights and advocacy. Then started having kids, stopped doing that, homeschooled, grew a garden. Got involved in the Great American Weekend, was put on the board of the Goshen Chamber of Commerce, and then my dear good friend Scott Wall talked me into running for village board. And you can't make any comments, you already promised me you would say nothing. And then and just to let you know, when I was elected, Goshen had no water. We were 2 weeks out from water. And the sitting mayor at that time loved me so much, she made me water commissioner. And then Scott became elected, and I became his deputy mayor, and then the police commissioner. And then I left. And I said, I'm off the village board, I'm off the chamber board. And then an opening came at the Goshen Chamber, and they hired me. And now I'm here. So that's the quick version of who I am, just so you know. That, you know, sometimes when I was first hired here, some people would say, oh, you're Lynn from Goshen. It's like, well, yeah, I'm Lynn from Goshen, but I'm also Lynn from a whole, just like all of us, we all have our stories, we all have our backgrounds, and that informs who we are. So I just wanted to let you know a little bit about who I was. And I also like Doctor Who. I'm a geek. One of my goals is to have a Comic-Con here. And it is. Ah! You're on the committee. See, to my husband, he knew I couldn't do it. Just knew I couldn't do it. Now, what's a chamber? Chamber's about relationships. That's why people join a chamber. People join a chamber because they want to have a relationship, because when you have a relationship, you trust somebody. And when you trust somebody, you'll do business with somebody. When you network, it's not just about giving cards out. I have a stack of cards, and I look at them, and I think, I have no idea who some of these people are. They just gave me their card. I have nothing to anchor to. I had no conversation. I just have a card. Part of the reason people join a chamber is to have relationships, because they want to grow their business. And that's what we're here for. We're here for you to grow your business. That's the goal here, is for you to grow your business, to grow who you are as an individual, to give you the tools of the things that will help you. And I'm going to say this now. We're going to lead. The Orange County Chamber is going to lead. We're not going to follow, and we're not going to get out of the way for anybody. We are going to lead, and it's going to be because of you. Because this is your chamber, and I need your ideas. I need to know what it is that you want to do. And if I'm willing to have a Comic-Con, and I'm willing to dress up, you know I'm open for anything, okay? I look at Goshen, I look at Warwick, I look at all of the communities around here. We've had to fight some gremlins, for lack of a better word, economically and business-wise, over the past number of years. It's been very, very difficult. Not that many businesses have closed. There's been some that have closed, but people have been able to hang on because the entrepreneurial spirit is stronger than almost anything. It's like the will to survive. I have a vision. This is what I want to do, and it's strong. So I applaud you, and I am honored beyond, I can't even tell you how honored I am to be working with you, because you're all heroes. You really are, and I don't say that as empty praise. Some of the things that the Chamber offers to you, and I just want to ask Nancy Wolf and Jean Sexton to just stand up. These are our ambassadors. Okay? These are our ambassadors. The ambassador program for a chamber, these are the people who will come out and say, how you doing? You doing okay? Renee, you doing okay? You need anything? Is there some way that we can help you? So you need to let your ambassadors know, or me, and I guess this is as good a time as any. Last month I gave you my cell phone number. Well, you gotta forget that, because now I have a shiny new phone. So I have a new cell phone number, so if you have your pens, I'm going to give you my cell phone numbers, and I expect you to call. Do you have a problem with a sign with your community? Do you have 25 feet of snow piled in front of your business? I'm looking at Scott because he knows exactly what I'm talking about. Do you have a problem with the health care? There were issues about health care, things that are happening January 1st, new laws that are coming in. One of the things we're going to be doing with the U.S. Chamber of Commerce is working very closely with them. So you're going to be hearing a lot of this. Congressman, Congressman, Congressman. It's going to be a lot of middle of the night Facebook messages. Because that's what we are. We're your voice. Together, we are much more powerful than alone. Together, we're much more powerful than alone. And with the affiliate chambers that are here, we work together. So it's not just the Orange County Chamber that's saying something. It's the Warwick Chamber. It's the Goshen Chamber. It's the Tri-State Chamber. It's the Montgomery Chamber. It's all of us working together for all of you. So no matter what it is, speak to us. Because now we have a relationship with the U.S. Chamber. So now we can bug you, Zach. And then you can take your thousands and thousands of members and bug the entire Congress on our behalf. And the state, and say this isn't right, this isn't good for the county or for our businesses. So I want to encourage you. It doesn't matter what it is. Do you have a zoning problem? If you have a zoning problem, we'll help you with that. If your community has a local chamber, we'll put you in touch with your local chamber to help that. It doesn't matter if it's small, if it's snow in front of your building, or it's a global issue with the Affordable Health Care Act. We're here for you, and I want to make sure that you all understand that. I want to make sure that everybody here understands that. This afternoon, just to let you know, this afternoon, and I don't know if Steve is going to be there, but this afternoon at 3:30 is the legislative meeting. Steve?
Reluctantly, yes.
You'll be there? Okay, well, I'll see you there. You know, this is day 3, but it's hitting the ground running. For those of you who don't know, there's a proposal in front of the Orange County legislature. They've been working on a proposal to sell the county building. Some of you have answered the survey. We sent out a quick survey yesterday. Are you in favor? Are you against? Surprisingly, the bulk of our membership that answered the survey, and again, you have to be in it to be counted, so please answer the surveys when they come out, said yes, we want to sell it. But I want to let you know, day 3, we're already moving. We're already moving on your behalf. The transition is done. We're hit the ground running. We have the best staff in the world. And if you could just really give a round of applause for the staff, because they are outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. So there's government advocacy, there's networking, there's all these events. There's the gala coming up, the expo is coming up. But there's energy. I mean, look at this, look at all of you. You came here, you left your house early in the morning to get here. Not as early as Andrea, because she was here at 6:30 or 6:15 in the morning. But there's energy here, and that's what leads people. Oh yes, I know, I'm getting to it. See, this is how good the staff is. But there's energy, and I want to show you one of the things. This has never happened to me in my life, and it's. Yeah, let me take one of these. How cool is this? I have my own hashtag. Is this cool or what? They're live tweeting, they're live Facebooking, and it says, Orange County welcomes Lynn. I have my own hashtag. I feel like I should be trending on Twitter or something now. But this is cool. This is what we're doing. This is not a stick in the mud chamber. This is not an old boys network chamber. This is not an old girls network chamber. This is a chamber that's full of energy, and it's full of ideas, and it's full of let's change the world and let's do things well. And I want to thank, where's our marketing team? Renee, there we are. Nikki and Renee, the chairs of our marketing, thank you. This is so cool. This is so cool. Oh.
They're a team.
Okay, the team. Why don't you stand up? And they're tweeting. So then there's ribbon cuttings. But I want to let you know, whatever you have, if you put one of those awful pictures back on the entire record, that'll be it. It's like the worst picture possible. Got it? You want me to keep walking? James walk from the Times Herald. Okay. No, you want candid. Candid. Hi, James. But anything that you have, do not hesitate to let us know. If you have a special, if you have something going on, let us know. We'll push it out on Facebook. We'll put it out on Twitter. We'll put it on, I'll show up. We've been going to ribbon cuttings. Let us know what's going on in your business. If we don't know, we can't tell other people. And if we know, we can push it out. We can push it out. When at the Goshen Chamber, we would do something, and we're going to continue it here, but the staff doesn't know this yet, so surprise. Sometimes law enforcement has issues, and one of the things that happened what we did in Goshen is that anytime there was a burglary, we would push it out on our Facebook page. And it goes to show the power of a chamber of commerce. This was the Goshen Chamber, smaller chamber. 27,000 views. It went viral. And it went viral because not only was it a picture of a burglar, but it went out under the heading of a chamber of commerce. So there's a legitimacy attached to that. There's immediate legitimacy that's attached when something goes out under the heading of a chamber of commerce, because there's credibility. And you belong to one of the top chambers in this state. So you need to realize what it is that you have here. The majority of the businesses in the Orange County Chamber are 75% are small businesses, 1 to 5 members. 1 to 5 members. That's small business, that's community. And that's what you are, you're a community. So I want to encourage you. I really don't like having my picture taken, that's why in the back, next month I'm going to be sitting in the back. But I want to encourage you to support each other, to let us know here at the Chamber what it is that you need. I can't go into too many specifics, and the reason is because I've been on the board, I've been on here 3 days. I haven't even met with my board yet. So I don't think that Ralph or any of my board members would take to it too kindly if I started unrolling everything and they were sitting there saying, hey, wait a minute, what are you doing? So, but I want to encourage you. This is your chamber. Whatever it is that you want to do, if you have an idea, join a committee. We have women's committees. We have the Governmental Affairs Committee. We have so many committees. We have so many things that we can do for you. So I think that was the gala, the breakfasts. Okay, I'll throw some things out because I said this previously. Some of the things that we can do, and Brian Fitzpatrick and I spoke about this. Do you know that there's the Main Street Facade Program? And possibly working with the county, with Rich Mayfield and with community development, we might be able to help the communities, to actually help revitalize some of the local communities. One of the things that James Skoufis has been fabulous about is in Goshen, there's Route 207, it's a state road. It's deplorable. There's no crowning, there's no gutters, there's no drainage, there's no curbing, it's just a disaster. But the village can't touch it. So we asked James to come and help because those types of things will revitalize a community. But that's what a chamber does. A chamber reaches out to the governmental entities and says, help us, help us. So that's what we did. We reached out to you. You met with us with DOT. That's now on the boards, or at least on their radar at some level. So at some point, we're hoping that will happen down Greenwich Avenue, that they'll do what they need to do with the infrastructure, because then that will help the larger community. There's so many opportunities out there for us as a chamber and for you as businesses, and we want to be the conduit for that. So you don't have to go on Google and find it yourself. We want to be the google.com for Orange County. That if you have a question, you have a need, you don't know where to go, you call the chamber, you talk to Arlene, you talk to Wendy, you speak to me, and you say, listen, I don't know what to do with this. Where do I go? What do I do? We will find out the answer for you. And if you need our help to go with you, we will. Because Scott can attest to this. Do I scare easily? So I just want to leave you with that. I want to thank you all so much for coming. And I don't know if you have any questions or, yes, no, maybe? Really? Okay then. I just want to let you know, there's one more thing. This is what happens when you don't follow the script. Thomas, can you stand up? Now, I'm going to introduce Thomas to you. Thomas Harego. Why don't you just tell us your business?
I started a business about a month or two ago, creating original content, analyzing different markets. I'm starting with equities and eventually moving to whatever business someone asked me to analyze.
Now, I'm going to give you the background to this. I've known Thomas for 5 years, 6 years? 5 or 6 years. Back in 2009, the Goshen Chamber gives out a scholarship award every year. So back in 2009, Thomas received our scholarship, right? It was 2009. Went off to Stonehill College, graduated, sent me a LinkedIn message, and said, I'd like to join the chamber. This was Goshen. Came full circle. And now what? Now he's here. And he started his own business. And that's because a Chamber of Commerce helped him buy your books or whatever it was. But mentoring. You are, and I hate to call you out, but I did because you came, and that's the way it is. But that's the power that you have. Do you understand the power that you have to impact people's lives? Do you have any idea the absolute power? I mean, here we have a brand new, spanking new member of the Orange County Chamber of Commerce, a young man, started his own business because another chamber helped, in addition to other things. But I like to think that we were part of that. So that's the power that you have. And that's what I'm going to leave you with. I'm going to leave you with, have a great day, do really well today, but also do good. Remember that you are the leaders in your communities. You're the leaders in your business communities. And you are leaders in this chamber. And I want to encourage you with that. I want to let you know that whatever opportunities that the chamber has, please take advantage of them. And I am so excited, in case you haven't guessed, and so thrilled and so honored and so privileged to be your president. So thank you so much.